Hey class, well we've been doing pretty good with building sections and wall sections. Now we need to do a stair section. Now, as I mentioned in the videos and in class, if I go into my building section, this counts if I dimension everything correctly. That means I need to add the values that go on with these stairs. The problem is you can't make it any larger than what it is here, um, which is if you got a 1/4 inch section, you're then be fine. So what I need to do is add in that information, and I'm going to do that in the annotate tab with my dimensions. I have to have the distance labeled from the floor all the way up to this finished ceiling, and so I need to know that height. So my 10-foot ceiling is really only 911 and a half, which is plenty. I then need to show what my height of my landing is, and I can put that over here. And then I need to show my steps. So from the floor, and I'm going to do a step to step, because the reality is my stair is coming down into the finished floor. It's I need to raise it up, and I'm going to check up here and see if I can look and see if I missed that step a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to the main floor and then look at what's going on the top here. So I'm going to go level floor, and my cut is here. I'm going to put a temporary section cut, and I call it temporary because I just want to look at how the floor is coming together at the top. So because I'm only seeing half the stair. Now, typically this wouldn't be a problem, but there is a problem here. If this is my stair coming up, one, I've got to cut a hole in it in the floor still. My level's up here, and let me just hide this because it's kind of throwing the view off a little bit. My stair needs to go up right here. So the reason I notice that is if I'm looking at my main floor at this point, my stair is into my floor, and my floor finish here is 5/8. So if I take this stair and I lift it 5/8 of an inch, and so it matches the top of my finished floor, and then I go back and look at there, I should be a little closer to actually finishing out that step where it hits. And it should have kind of updated just a little bit, and I think I'm going to be okay there now. I've got a little bit of work to do with the opening and the stairwell. Let's see if we can do this. Let's take this, and we'll hide that element, and this point, so it looks good there. And what I'm not seeing is the details. Let's bring that on. And because I hit it, I can't see it now. Yeah, we'll put some. So there's where my stair goes, and this floor framing would come here. So now I'm in the right spot. Okay, so my stair looks better. Okay, I do that because when I come back here to and you want to do those kind of checks to make sure everything's leveling out right. I'm going to go back to my annotations, my dimensions. Now in a dimension from the stair height, I have my 7.5 inch stair that I want to put in there. And I can put in my tread. And the tread goes from the riser to riser because that's my minimum. And I can put that into that position there. All right, so now I can start to label these stairs out. And at this point, it's just adding the notes. And so to give you an idea of what that's going to look like. And again, look at the handouts in the course and match those examples. That's what you're looking for. I'm going to do a text, and that is under Annotate and Text. And I want to start with a leader here. And so I'm going to start my leader. Actually, I'm going to start my text, apparently. This is going to be a 2x12 stringer, and again, all caps. Now my text is a little high here for what I want, but we'll get it. Stringer. So I put that in, and I'm going to click off of it here now, and I'm going to adjust that. So while it's still blue, I'm going to switch that to the 3/32 Arial, which is what I've been using everywhere else. And so that comes down a little bit smaller. And when I select the text again, let's get out of that text mode. Text is a little cumbersome. I want to add a leader to it. And now I can shift things around. I can move my note. That doesn't seem like it got any smaller. There we go. That's better. That's better. And then I can pull in and adjust the arrow to where it goes. So I want to put that to there so I have it labeled. And I want to label all the materials out of what's being built there. The railing heights, I need to put a dimension for that. So from the step to the top of the railing, this one's a little tricky to do. So here's the trick to that. If I go from this first step to the end point of that railing, I should be able to get it. You may need to go in and add a model line. And sometimes maybe a detail line might be a little easier to work there. It's always a little tricky to know which one I want to do. But, just a little line. Now you can make that line, if you take and select that line, you can change it. And if you change it to here, we can go into, let's see, sorry about that. I can put it in as just a line. It just doesn't want to cooperate with me. Let's do one, but probably because I don't know why. Go line, and that'll make it green, so it's not in their print. Then I do my aligned dimension, and again from from step to handrail height. I put that in there. So it has to be between 36 and 42 inches. And so that then has me in the right height for that handrail. And I don't have to worry about clearing off that little line because it won't print on there. So that's going to be a dimension. Then add those other notes as needed. So wood handrail, steel handrail, whatever they make your handrails out of. Label the number of risers. You need an opening size, so I'm going to put that down below here. So that's going to go from, get my dimensions to kick in, from the front of the riser to the back of the wall. And so I have the total, that's the total run. I've got the total height on each level. So I want to place that in there so that I know how much ceiling height I'm dealing with. And then over the stairs, you have to have an opening here. So I'm going to do it down here because I have the opening right here. From the top of the stair to the stairwell opening, you need to have 6'8" minimum. So as long as you've got 6'8" in the open area, you're fine. But make sure you have that headroom dimension placed somewhere on your stairs. Now, if it's too cumbersome to try and get everything on your full building cross section, you can go in and you can create a new view, do a new section, and just cut a new section through the stair. And when you go to that view, you're just done with just the stair. And so you can definitely do either method is fine, whichever one you're more comfortable working through. But make sure you have your openings, like I've got to still finish this floor here and open that all up. But there is the same process you used for your building section, your wall section, you're now using for your stair section, and then from there we can make details. I'm going to go back to the one we just worked on here, back here, and show you what a detail will look like. Again, I might want to put more detail on how these stairs are going to be constructed. Maybe I want the nosing to be a certain shape. Maybe I want things to happen. Again, that call-out window is going to be your best friend because you can just make a little window there, like so. And then in your call-outs, when you open that up, let's go to view. Now I'm working on just dimensioning the stair. That's what a detail is. So you take your plan, you cut into sections, the sections get cut into details. All right, And whatever you need to do to convey what your intent is what you do. That's just how it is. You want to make sure, excuse me, you want to make sure that the contractor is not left asking questions after reviewing your drawings. All right, go ahead and do your stair sections.